I have a question that JB sent me earlier on that I want to deal with. It's a very interesting question. It's rather long, so I'm gonna editorialize it for you. He talks about the fact that he plays this video game called Hitman, where you're tasked with assassinating one target in a huge area which is heavily populated, and the goal of the game is to assassinate only your target and not anybody else. In fact, if you kill too many people, your score gets lower. So the goal isn't to kill as many people as possible; it's to kill one person. I won't go down the road as why JB is playing assassination games, but that's his prerogative. But he just said that he does come across online sometimes people who brag about, I killed everyone on Hitman map. And he thinks that these people are enjoying doing that. So yeah, it's virtual, it's a game, it's not real, it's not the real world. And his question is, the technology now allows game companies to register every choice players make in order to adjust their games. So like, it's kind of like with algorithms with YouTube, right? They see what you like and they give you more of it. So his question is, does someone who takes so much pleasure in killing everyone in a game that precisely encourages you to do the opposite, is that someone that can become radicalized? Could they become violent? And should we follow these people? You know what? It's a great question. And you know, when I worked for the security service, there was increasing concern about what was happening to the real world environment. I don't know how serious killing games are. I think most people understand the purpose for them. Is it possible that some will go on to something nefarious, something violent in real life? I think the answer is yes. But I will also refer back to a comment that I made, I've made several times, and that is that the vast majority of people that say or do stupid stuff online never do stupid stuff in the real world. We saw that when we did counterterrorism investigations. The vast majority of people that posted stuff or bragged about stuff, they were going to do stuff, or they were angry and they were planning to do stuff, they couldn't organize a piss up in a bar. And they never left their parents' basement. And they never planned anything because they were either cowards, or they were incompetent, or they never had any intention of doing so in the first place. So I don't want to draw a direct link between, concerns about people with these first-person shooter games, I guess they're called online, and the possibility of radicalizing in the real world. I'm also not going to say it doesn't exist, but it's a little more complicated than that. I mean, you hear me talk about that a lot, right? Most things in life are complicated. This is one more thing that is complicated. So JB says he's more concerned about the possibility for the game maker to record every interaction you do in the game. He said on a lot of info. Well, JB, welcome to 2021. Every time you turn on your computer, you're being logged, right? The cookies that you accept, the fact that websites are monitoring the websites you visit. They're monitoring what you input. They're monitoring what you see. And this is why the algorithms work, right? If you like video A, you'll like video B even more. So, I don't know. Should we be concerned about being monitored? I think the answer is yes. And as I've said in many occasions, those who are concerned about the security services and law enforcement monitoring you, well, first of all, they can only do so if they have reasonable grounds. And they have to get a warrant to actually intercept your communications. Google doesn't get a warrant to monitor your activity. Neither does Facebook. Neither does Twitter. Neither does Telegram. Neither does 4chan. None of these things have any legal authority to do what they're doing. And yet they're collecting information on you, left, right, and center. So why we're not more concerned about that is a really great question. For those who are just joining us, I'm Phil Gurski, president of Borealis, former Canadian Security Intelligence Officer. If it's your first time, welcome. I'd love to see you guys subscribe and like it on YouTube. It'd be great. Take care, and thanks again for showing up.